Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today we have a gorgeous day. It's a little warm, but it's a gorgeous day to go for a ride in a 1962 Triumph TR4 that we recently acquired. The reason for the test drive is I'll show you the gauges and everything are working and how this car drives. Please take the time and also watch our showroom video where I'll go into more depth about this car and its overall condition. We just completed a cold start video also, so you can see the oil pressure when the engine is cold. This car has good oil pressure, has great oil pressure. And I can also show you when we're driving the car today, it runs nice and cool. So this Triumph, it's a 62, so it's an earlier TR4. It's a solid axle car, of course. It is the 1 year of the white dashboard, which they have preserved on this car, which I think is cool because it's a 1 year item. This is a car that clearly was prepared by someone, was restored very nicely, but with a slant towards driving the car. And I love cars like this. It does have a 5-speed transmission, which very much changes the driving characteristic of the car. It's a very good transmission. It's a very short throw. The ratios are great. And then you've got the 5th gear to cruise. All of the work on the car was very professionally done. And you can see a lot of areas where clearly the guy was a driver. He used the car and drove it. It has the electric optional cooling fan mounted with a thermostat controlling it, cycling it off and on automatically. He made a little metal aluminum shroud to tunnel the air into the aluminum alloy radiator. So an awful lot of attention to detail, which was really well done on this car. He has much better headlights in the car than it had originally. So just all over the car, there are signs and indicators of a very, very well prepared car. And it shows when you drive this car. It's fantastic. It drives much better than they did originally. I do like original cars, but times like this, the 5-speed, boy, it really changes the characteristics. So let's go for a ride. Car always starts up very easily. The tachometer is working, and I'm pleased to say it's actually accurate. It's reflecting what the engine is doing. It doesn't bob and weave, working nicely. The speedometer is working correctly. The temperature is working, and the cooling fan, the electric cooling fan, cycles off and on. It's running right now because we're in the 90s today, and it'll hold it right there, which is great. The car, of course, has its original manual engine fan also. Oil pressure is great. It's fully hot right now. I just put gas in it, so the gas gauge works, and we are showing a nice charging rate also. So let's go for a drive. Of course, with the 5-speed transmission, it's all synchro mesh, except reverse, of course. So 1st gear goes right into reverse. It is a very positive clutch actuation. It's really nice. The brakes are great on the car, front discs, of course. But I'll show you, this car really is great to drive. Great acceleration. There's 3rd gear, 4th gear, and 5th gear, which of course is a cruising gear. Going back down, 4th. It's a wonderful transmission. Just click, click, and it's in and out. We're in 3rd right now. Goes right into 2nd, no need to double clutch. We've had a bunch of TR4s, and this is, I think, hands down the best driving one. The driving experience, how this car was carefully prepared, is a great end result. We also do have a working odometer with the speedometer. I know I keep saying the transmission is just beautiful. Has that great TR4 feel. Wonderful torque on this motor. 4th gear, 5th gear. and it could just putt along. Third gear right now. All the gauges are working beautifully. Nice temperature, good oil pressure. So many of these Triumphs, they get nicely restored, but they're not dialed in. This car is restored and dialed in. The engine has great torque, and as you can see, it revs very freely. Back into second. This car is just begging to be driven, taken to shows. So if you're looking for that special TR4, early solid axle car, white dash, beautiful restoration, please look at our chassis photos. You'll see that it was very well done underneath, professionally done, replacement 5-speed, and this car wants to go. So hopefully we'll find an owner who will really appreciate how unique this car is. Thanks for coming along on the ride.